Every now and then, I get a question about how do I level up? How do I get experience fast? How do I do it? And there are, of course, a lot of different ways. One, of course, the natural one is to kill zombies. Another one is to do a lot of building, a lot of upgrading, which gives a ton of experience. You can also go mining, which also gives a lot of experience. But this time, we're going to look at how to kill zombies. And we're going to do this in a sort of familiar yet different way. It's going to be a manual, slow XP corridor. But it's also going to be an automated dark pit killing trap. And it's going to be all in one, hopefully. Well, if I can pull it off at least. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to try to do it, and if it turns out well, then maybe I'll figure out a suitable name. Hopefully you enjoy this. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, and all of that. But to get started, we're going to do this. Let's see, we're going to do 2, 3, 4, probably 5 wide. You see, 5 wide should be fine. Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 7 long. And we're gonna go down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. And so let me dig all this out so we have a nice little hole to play with. Now, of course, if you are creative, the easiest way is just to hit Z, go to K, dynamic prefabs, and then clear selection, and then hit delete, and voila, nice. Oh, we found nitrate. Yes, the gunpowder, well, here you have it at the same time, but that's not really what we're looking. So I'm going to build this up as well, and maybe I'll do it like this. I'll build this up to this level, and I'll line it on all except the back and the forth. Important, back and the forth, I want to keep it open just for a moment, too high, like this. On the sides, I'm likewise not going to line it all the way at the bottom because I want to be able to access it from the side. I'm going to do my special sideways, wedge tip access point, which is, well, if you've seen it before, then you know what it is. If you haven't, well, you'll see how effective it is. And am I doing the wrong thing here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I am. Oh no, I made it the wrong size. Fortunately, I stopped myself in time. Let me just expand this a little bit. On the sides, I'm also going to open up a little bit because I need some space for the traps. Obviously, you want to make this look nicer than I am. I just want to make sure I have a little bit of space. And sideways, you don't need a lot of it, so I'm just going to keep it like this. But I'll show you the sideways trick. So what you do is that you put down these ones. These are the wedge tips. On top of that, you put down the inverted. Now we're going to do this one. So you see, like this, and you have a pretty good view. And if you drop yourself down a little bit with half plates, even better, you can reach into probably about half here. So if you do the same thing on both sides, which of course I'm going to do, then it means that you have a really good way of looting. And you might not care about the loot, but I like to get my loot when I can. And same thing here, we're going to switch it over to the half plates so that we have a good way of accessing any loot that comes down, because you probably will get a fair bit of loot if you're killing them here with the trap. So with this way, the zombies can't get through because this is too small, but you can reach in and grab things. Perfect. Here in the sides, you need a few things here. So here we have arrow slits, good. Behind them, we have the dart traps that are going to be too tall. Right behind that, we have the tripwires. And behind that, and one down, we have the electric fence. Let me do the same thing on this side. Let me put down a generator, put in some engines. I have no fuel. Let's cheat in a little bit of gas, refuel it, turn it on, perfect. And then we are going to connect it this way. We go from the generator to the first tripwire. Really important. The order is really important, so make sure you do it the correct way. Add this first tripwire to, I can reach, yep, the second tripwire. So this one will dictate, you can hear the swish if something triggers it. Now this one then goes to electric fence on the second side, so electric fence 2, that then connects to the electric fence 1. Now you walk here, and you get bust, or the zombies rather. You also want to make sure that you're connecting the, oh, that was painful, that you're connecting the dart trap. So we're going to connect the second tripwire, important, to the dart trap. The dart trap's going to go up here, and the dart trap's going to go across to this side, and this one will go up as well. So if we put in a bunch of darts here, let's do that immediately. 1, 2, 3, lock. Make sure you lock it. 1, 2, 3, lock. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, and lock. And 1, 2, 3, and lock. And we're going to go into God mode because I would die otherwise. And you see, it fires there and it fires there. You have a ton of damage output. So I'm going to do the same thing for all of these 3. Ooh. And again, make sure you have a little bit of way to access everything on the side, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit tough. So let me build this up. I've now added everything on, so let me see. Yep, this one works. That lane works. Let's do another door here. That lane works as well. Let's do another bow, and that works as well. So what I have done is basically just replicate. Oh, why am I going up here? Don't want to go up there. I guess I was in the stone here. So it's basically just replicated across so that everything is the same. That part is now done. So the next thing we need is a way for the zombies to get down there, and we're gonna have a small little, let's see, let's do that up here. It's gonna be, I guess, our little base area, a little bit away from that side. We are gonna need to have a way for zombies actually to fall down there as well. So let's see if we do, let's see, what do we have here? We can do something like this one. Let's make it, I need a fair bit of space here. So I'm going to look at making this probably about 8 high, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll sort of wing it a little bit. We'll see how that turns out. A little bit of a mess if I need to move it up, but at least that'll give me a fair bit of space to work with. In between here, we are going to have the wedge tips because we want them. Oh, we don't want them that way. We want them this way, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that the zombies will come here and then they will fall down, because that's obviously the slippery slope part of the base build. And like this. Ah, nice. So they will come up there and they'll fall down, hopefully down there, and they will die. But that's the automated part. We don't just want an automated part. We now come to the part that is a little bit more tricky. So let me wing it a little bit. I think I need 2 height here. Go out. Let me go out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me bring it up to the same height here. That probably is all right. I've actually never built this before. I sort of have a general idea in my mind what I want to do. Okay, so we're gonna do this way. Yeah, that seems to be pretty all right. Hopefully, anyway. On top of here, we're gonna use the barbed wire fences. So we're gonna put down a bunch of these ones here. And let's make sure we're actually turning them the same. Let's. No, I mean, yes. This seems to be a pain to remove them, but we want to have them sort of turned the same way. That might have been 1 too many. Let's do it that way. We want to have 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many. And like this. And with these ones, if zombies or players walk here, they actually degrade them. Let's go out of the God mode and I'll walk over here, and you'll see I take some damage, but it's not really much, but they get degraded, and that's not what we want. But there is a trick we can use here using the powered steel garage door, and let's see if I can place it down the correct way here. So I think that's correct. Yes. Let me do the same thing on this side as well. Okay, so we placed that in correctly. I think I need to build up this side as well a little bit, so I have I can place my switches and generator here. So give me a moment. Let me just give myself a small little home base here as well. All right, moment of truth. Let me connect the generator here to the switches, and you'll soon see why I have 2 switches. But firstly, this is gonna be This is the lower one. Oh, try to get in here. So this switch goes to this item. And then actually I can probably just take this one and run over here and go to this one. And if I'm really lucky, let me hope that things... No, that's not the way we want them to roll. Let me fix that. Yes, perfect. So we wanted to roll this way, and let's do the wrong way again. I like this. So now they are rolling and covering the whole thing. Oh, you get this weird glitch here. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. So I switch it like this. And the reason you want to switch it is because, let's see here. This is where we want to have a ramp, but that's all right. When you walk here, oh, you're slowed down. How can this be? What's this magic? Well, you're actually sort of walking on top of the barbed wire, even though, okay, let me see if I can do this here. You're sort of walking on top of the barbed wire, even though you are not. And that's fairly convenient because it means that we have a slow effect without anything being degraded. Oh, let me do that. So you'll see these ones are not even degraded. Really, really useful. So let's make sure we are protecting them as well. Let's do this. So now they cannot be damaged, and I can probably should do the same thing here. So I'll build that up on the side to make sure we are protecting these drawbridges as well. Here, for now, let's do this. I have something else in mind because obviously this works really well if you want to slow the zombies down. If you don't want to slow them down, this doesn't work really well because it means that, well, they're being slowed down. If you open it, it means that it'll destroy everything underneath, meaning the barbed wire fences, which of course you don't want either. And I got a broken leg. I guess I fell down. Actually, it's more sprained. Anyway, so we're going to do something slightly different. So what we're going to do is put in a second drawbridge. Isn't that ingenious? Put this one here, and this is the one I connect to this one. So let's do that here, and come on. Did I switch it? No, I didn't switch it. Come on, right way. Yes! Oh, perfect. And of course this one we connect to this one. No, don't do this to me. Doesn't matter which side I put it on, it always goes the wrong way half the time. Okay, so from outside in. Nope. Okay, let's try this then. This one should work, right? See, it doesn't work. Let's try put this again. Let's turn it. Right, 10 minutes later. So now this one is covering here, and we now have, let's see, let me see. Can I find let's do this one. I think that if I do, let me put this one in. I hate that sometimes you can't see the block. Come on, give me the block. Okay, this is exactly what we want. We wanted it like this. Ah, perfect. So if you have the second one open, they come running here, and they're just fine. They're okay. They shouldn't be sneaking, but if you run, they'll run really fast. However, if you then flip the switch like this, they will come here, fall down here, and they'll be slowed. Perfect. Okay, so this works pretty well. And the reason I want to have like this is, of course, that I missed putting one down. I want to have a way so that if they come running here, if they are just walking on the top, they'll just keep on running. That's fine. But if the top is like this, then they also keep on running. Okay, perfect. The higher gap you have here, I mean, I could have a full block here, just means they're going to end up landing further in, and that means there's less of a slow effect. So yep, no, this looks perfect. This is just what we wanted. So now I'm gonna build this up with a staircase here so they can actually get up to it, and we'll try it out a little bit after that. So give me a moment. Okay, I think we finally sort of have it. I've made 3 stairways up. I want to again try to minimize the amount of distance they have to run, because that could be a problem if you make this one too long. I think I should be all right, because let's say they're coming from here. They have to choose between bashing through here or going around here and coming back. And hopefully this is good enough. Otherwise, this becomes a bit of a problem. But let's see. Let's spawn in some a feral biker here. Let's make sure he... Okay, so that's one way. No. What the... Where are you going? Right, so that's one way of doing it. That's not really what I wanted, though. Maybe I should block these ones off. Okay, I got in a Joe Farrell, and he runs up here. He comes here, and you see the slow? Yes, this is perfect. Oh, he's really slow. Okay, that gives you a lot of opportunity to shoot him. Then comes up here, falls down, and... Oh, yeah. So let's see here. Why did the... no, not him. He's going to be so slow. Let's look at me. Give me a bow Farrell. Is he going to... Oh, yeah. No. I think he is. Oh, yeah. No, he's going the correct way. And let's say we do this. Oh. Okay. Now the question is, does he still try to break it? Is he damaging? Oh, he is. Okay, so don't do that. Don't close it on him. Okay, let's come on. Yeah, you can get through then. Okay, maybe you can't. Right, we're dead. Let's do this. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's get in a Darling Feral. Right, she comes up here. She jumps up there. Of course, you can do the corners there a little bit better. She comes here and she runs. He's also slowed. What? Why is she slowed? Okay, that was a little bit unexpected. Let's get 3 of them up, and they're all sort of slowed down here. What? Are you saying the slow is even one higher, but for zombies? That's really weird. Okay, so let's do a slightly different test here. I've filled in with half blocks there. Let's see if that still slows them down, or whether it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, so it means that these blocks are fairly bugged. Ooh, not quite what I was expecting. So if there's no block, they get slowed down, but if there's a block, they don't. I just broke it. See, Darling Feral, and yes, I think I solved it. So what did I do? I put down just some poles here. It seems to be some kind of weird thing where if there's a block under, the game decides that it doesn't have the slow effect, but if there's no, then it doesn't. And I think that, let me see if I just spawn in, do another Darling Feral. She should be walking here, and yeah, she's still slowed down. All of them might not be, but I think most of them would be. Okay, so that still works. That was really weird though. So we still, I thought I might have to redo the whole thing somehow, but again, this seems to still work. Yep, she's not being slowed, which is just what we wanted. We wanted her to run here fast because we want them to be able to get down here really quickly and die. But we still have a couple of things we want to do, and this is where we're going to put a third switch. There's going to be so many switches here. Let's put it here, and we are going to see if we can get down here. We're going to try to cover this hole as well. So let me put in this one. And I'm going to put in one here as well. Of course, it's a little bit of random if it's opening the correct way, but you know, it's all part of the fun. I'm sure it'll be correct. So if I then go for, I can find my switch. We go to my switch, which is here, and this switch will then go to this one. Come on, do the right thing. Do the right thing. And of course, I need to pull it. Or flip it. Yes, perfect. And this one will go to this one, and the correct way. Yes. And the reason is that if we want to have an XP function, which means they slow down. We don't want them to die when they get here. We want them to basically fall down and run around again and slow down, so you actually have time to kill them over and over again. Well, actually just kill them once, but if you don't kill them the first time, then you can kill them the second time. If we want to have the automatic XP function, we'll do like this, where they will run here quickly. We'll have this one open so that they will fall down here and they will die. Want to have the slow manual killing, we do it like this, and they slow down and you kill them, and even if you don't kill them, then they fall down here and they will just restart, so they're not dead. This is especially useful if you're farming screamers, because you don't want the screamers to die. You want to basically let them come past here, fall down, and then continue up around again and continue screaming. So this one serves a real good purpose in that you can decide which zombies lives and die. Screamers definitely to live. And finally, we're going to have a hatch with a ladder going down here, so you can access your traps, because you might need to repair them once in a while when these ones get a little bit degraded, especially if it's a long horde, and you might want to go down here just to tidy up a little bit, or if you want to do some repairs, or you want to do your looting. Of course, naturally you would be cleaning up everything and making nice walls here. I'm just showing you that you can make a ladder up here to your main base. You don't want to use it obviously all the time, because as soon as you are down here, zombies might decide that they want to keep bashing on the side here to get in instead of rushing all this way, or they might be up here just trying to dig down. They have a really weird behavior if you try to hide from them. So let's try a little bit of let's see, feral nurses here. Let's do the XP way, which means we have this one closed and they come in here and they slow down. Oh yeah, you can just stand here and shoot them, try to get some headshots. Well, some of them are running on the side. I might have to block that off. The ones that are in the middle here is not an issue, but the ones that are going on the side, they are potentially a bit of an issue. They get pushed out to the side. If they don't, it's not an issue, but sometimes I think if there are too many of them, it will. But you see, they walk or run really slowly here, which is a good time to just headshot them, especially if you have the skills that allows you to get better headshots and blasting open their brains, or into their brains. And so let's say you want to do something different. You want to start killing them. You can just flip this one and that works good. They're still going to be slow. Let's see if I can let them die here and do this. Now this one is going to close. Let's kill her. I think they all died. Now let's get some more nurses. Now we have the automated way of doing it, so they will just be running across as fast as they can. Of course, there's a little bit too many on one side. Normally that doesn't happen. Actually, I might have a broken leg. And you see they run really fast across, because we put that pole below. We can still shoot at them, but because they're not slow, it's not as easy. But at least it means that if you're on Blood Moon Horde, they will... What happened to her? Okay, she's finally coming. If it's during the Blood Moon Horde, they will come in and die as fast as they can, or as fast as they can run. And that, of course, gives you the experience. Again, the way to get this experience, and people ask this one once in a while, it's the advanced engineering from 3 onwards. It says gain 20% experience from electrical trapped kills, 35, 50. Oh, I might have someone stuck somewhere. Hello? Oh, okay. I might want to... Alright, so this is not intended. You might want to properly block off here. Alright. You probably want to make sure you block off here. Apparently someone did fall down. So let's just make sure we are blocking off here. It's a little bit unfortunate if they fall down there and then they decide they're going to start destroying everything you built. And fortunately I heard her banging. But if we do something like this, that should take care of it. And after the horde is done, we go down here to our little base area, and we can check to see, okay, we repaired this one. This one took a little bit of damage. This one took a little bit more reflected damage. We can refill the ammo here. We can refill the generator, and then we can see if there's any loot here. Nope, no loot here, unfortunately. So then we can just go up again, if we can actually manage to get up again. You might also have some here that you can loot, which is nice. Of course, if you walk here yourself, you're not being slowed. Okay, so this works definitely separate from how zombies are affected. It looks like the player is not slowed here at all. Oh, that's actually really convenient. So, I'm gonna have to see what I can do with this, because it means that zombies are slowed with this, but players are not. I'm sure we can do something with that. I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit more next time, but this time let's call in a Blood Moon Horde. Starting our first Blood Moon Horde here, and they're coming from the front. That's nice, even though some get stuck. So we have the slow way here. They'll be running slowly, and they will be falling down and dying. If we want to do that faster, we'll then flip this switch, and these ones will get... let's pretend they were not there. Obviously, you want to make sure you kill them, but let's make sure they're not there. This way, when they come, they'll run in, but they're running faster, which means that you get more experience effectively from the same time. Oh, I guess he saw me sort of from the weird angle there. All right. You might have to make sure you're blocking the cop bombardiers as well, but you see, they run as fast as they can, and they get, well, pretty much killed down there really, really fast. It will work very well for demolishers as well, whether you're fighting or not. And let's see if I can exit out here of this mode, and let me do this, and I exit out of my god mode, and I switch this one off. Now we're gonna see they're gonna be slow mode, and if you are a good shot, which obviously I was there, absolutely, it's really easy to just take them when they are being slowed. And some of them, depending on where they run, they might not be slowed the same amount. You see, there are some when they're running on the poles, they do not. But once they're in the middle or on the sides, it seems definitely. And then you can just get them in the head. You get the cops, try to shoot them. Nice headshot. Wait for the next one. They seem to like to go in the middle if you're standing here. And really slow, really easy. And if you have the armor piercing, you can even shoot multiple of them at one go. And here's another one. Oh, this works even better. If they make it all the way, then they still fall down. But let's say you don't want them to die when they fall down. Now let's do this, so that let's leave a few of them to get through. Alright, these ones fell down. Okay, let's continue shooting. Let's get some headshots. But the ones that went down, they are now coming back, and they'll be coming back up again. And this means that you will get all the experience yourself, and you won't have to share with your traps. This is actually a better way if you're having a group or if you're having a party, because the trap kills, even though it's really good for whoever placed them or the base owner, it doesn't share the experience. So when you're having your friends over, you might want to make sure that you have the slow one, you've closed this one off, and then you can basically share all the experience. Oh, I think he was crippled there a little bit, which of course made him even slower. And this I'm using a 4x scope here, so that makes it a little bit easier to snipe with the AK-47 as well, as you can see. And you do have a fairly large magazine capacity here. And even if I miss one here, it'll maybe hit some on behind. If you're really good shot, you don't even have to waste it. But let's say you're getting overwhelmed or you're getting tired of it, you basically just open this one. So if you miss them, they still fall down and they die. But you can still stand here and shoot. It's really up to you. And if you want to close it, you close it. Okay, maybe this one. Okay, come on. If one of the other ones gets stuck here, let's do like this. I think it's all right. He gets stuck, and then you just shoot him. And now they will resume running the normal way. And he's really stuck there. I don't know why, but we can take care of him. So I think this worked out really well. You do have the dual garage doors on each side. With if you are opening them, They are covering the barbed wire, so there is still the slow effect, but they do not get degraded. You have the top one that if you open them, it means that they will not be running on the barbed wire because we put this pulse here that seems to be interrupting the effect, but it means that they'll be running past really fast and falling down into the pit to die. Open them up, the top one, and they'll be having the slow effect, and you can manually shoot them in the head and get all the experience, which is good when you're playing with your friends. And either way, they will always just fall down. I'm a little bit surprised that I'm not getting any more of the loot bags here, but anyway, eventually you'll be getting some loot bags, and let's see, is he gonna explode? No, he didn't even explode. If you do get the demolishers, which oh yeah, I'm getting at one here. Well, that's really nice of him. It's almost as if I was cheating to bring him in. So demolishers, like anything, will fall down here, and he will take the damage, and he should be dying like anything else. Now he will do fairly massive damage on the sides though. That's sort of unavoidable, but he will die eventually. So stealing these ones up really does help. And of course, if you see anyone's falling down, you can always go up here on the side and just shoot down. That's usually what I do when I'm playing with this kind of map. I just go up to the edge and I shoot down and headshot him. So it looks complicated, but actually it's not really that complicated. You just have the garage doors that are opening and closing depending. You have the barbed wire, and you have the pit that will kill them through the electric fences and the dart traps. But it's either a manual XP corridor or an automatic dart kill pit trap, depending on what you have a need for at the moment. I will definitely be playing around with this more, especially that weird way where zombies were getting slowed even 2 up from the barbed wire. Maybe we can do something fun with that. But as always, thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe, hope you leave your comments below, and hopefully I'll survive the night, and I will see you then next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.